Thank you for tuning in to this week's edition of Stop, Look, and Listen Artist Spotlight. I'm your host, LaTroy Gardner. This week we have singer, songwriter, entrepreneur, representing the Six. We got Meshae. Welcome to the show, Meshae.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. So Meshae has a new single out called Kick It. We're going to touch on that and, some of the other things she has going on at the moment. Like I said in the intro, Meshae, you're from the Six, from Toronto. Just talk about growing up there and all of the homegrown talent, from Drake and The Weeknd and Cardinal Official, Deborah Cox, Alicia Cara, Shawn Mendes. It's a wealth of talent.
Super.
Oh, and Meshae too.
And me too.
Yes.
Yes, I've grown up in Toronto my whole life. Basically, I travel a bit, but pretty much primarily grew up there. I went to school, all of elementary school, high school in Toronto. I've mostly recorded in Toronto as well, but I do record in the States as well. My dad does live here. He lives in Los Angeles. So he's a big reason as to why I'm in music, because he does music as well. Well, he did music. Now he's he's a producer. He produced Kick It as well. So he was a big rapper in Rexdale, Toronto. And I've been recording since I was I want to say 9. So I've been pretty much grown up into music. Mm-hmm. My whole life, yes.
All right. So you just spoke of your dad. Who is your dad?
My dad is Quadro Cinco. He owns G7 Records, the record label I'm also a part of.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. Is it easy to follow in his footsteps?
I wouldn't say it's hard following in his footsteps. He's a rapper. I mean, rapping, singing, he's still an artist as well. But I do think we approach things different, but he is very supportive of everything I do. So it's not very hard. I don't feel like I have a burden on my shoulder, feeling like I'm not doing well enough. I think I'm doing pretty well.
Okay. So is he somewhat of a mentor and also a business partner all in one?
Yes, 100%. 100%. He's a mentor and a business partner. Anything I do musically goes through him first, then through me. He also does support almost anything I do musically. He's always there to show me, maybe you should do it this way, maybe it's a bit better, just guide me, direct. So he's a very big help and supporter in my music career.
Okay. So back to the lineage of Toronto music scene. How would you describe Toronto sound?
Toronto sound, there's not many female artists, honestly. I would say that a lot of male artists will come out of Toronto, and hopefully I will be. There are female artists, of course, but just not very prominent. You said Justin Bieber, you said Cardinal Official, you said Drake, you said The Weeknd. Many males, but not many females. R&B, a lot of rap. I mean, Justin Bieber is pop and R&B as well, but a lot of rap music does come out of Toronto. So I hope to add to that R&B female.
Okay. So you're only, I may get persecuted for saying this, but you're only 19 years old and you've been recording since you're 9.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first song you recorded?
I do remember the first song I recorded. It was so funny recording that song. I just heard the beat and I just had the headphones on and just randomly was just in the studio kind of singing random. I guess at the time it really is songwriting. I was writing it down, the lyrics of it. I kind of remember a little bit of it. I do remember the song a little bit, but I don't have it anymore.
Uh-huh. So yes. as you continue to mature, do you notice the evolution in your songwriting and recording process?
100%, I do. It becomes easier, it becomes less nerve-wracking. Writing, I'm able to know whether I'm going to be able to finish this song, what I'm going to write, what song I'm going to write, how I want to write it, just because I have more experience now. Also, before I'm writing a song, I know where it's going to go. if I'm going to be able to write to the song, not every beat I hear, I'm going to be able to write to it. I have to feel the beat in order to say, okay, this is a song that I can make my song and own the beat.
Okay. What about writing for others? Have you started that, or do you have a few artists in mind that you would love to craft a hit for?
Yes, honestly, I wrote a song in September and I could hear a couple artists on the song. I think I'm gonna keep it for myself, honestly. But now that I had that song, I feel like that song kind of inspired me to show me that I could write for other people. Writers do write for other people all the time, but now I heard that song and I heard another artist in the back of my head, like, this sounds like something she would kill, something she would chart on if she used this song. So I'm thinking about starting to write for others as well as myself.
Is there some sort of selfishness involved in that when you write a song and a part of you wants to keep it for yourself, knowing that it could be a big hit, but you just know it's meant for somebody else? Is there some sort of selfishness to keep it?
There is a little bit of selfishness. Not for that song, because I feel that song's personal, so I don't want to give up my song, my personal song. But I do in other aspects. There is definitely a little bit of selfishness. You're like, I don't want to give up my song, even though you know where it can go. But I think it's just kind of an emotional attachment a bit to the song. When you write your songs, a lot of songs personally for me are either experiences I've gone through. Kick It isn't as deep as some of the music that I do have, but some of the songs like emotional attachment or just things that you go through and you're writing it. So it's like giving someone else makes it their story.
All right. So you just spoke of Kick It, a song that you chose to keep and be selfish with. Just talk about the inspiration behind the track.
Okay. So Kick It inspiration, I was in Miami that time. I recorded it in Miami. I was feeling a vibe. I felt a vibe. And I was just thinking about, you meet someone, you meet a person and you get that instant vibe from them. And you're able to just kick back. It doesn't matter where it is. You guys are just taking a drive. You guys are going to dinner. But it's just not even that serious. It's just an instant vibe with that person. So that's my inspiration behind that song.
Did you get to kick it with him?
I mean, yes. It wasn't even somebody I met in Miami, but it was just like the thought of that person. I was able to write this song.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So just talk about that ideal first date, as, the kicking it experience starts to progress.
So you want me to tell you about an ideal first date?
Yeah.
For me. Okay. I'm not that big of a person on like, it has to be dinner and then we have to go here next. I honestly rather a cool vibe with the person. I'm a person that can catch whether I even want to spend more time with you off bat. If it's like super awkward, I'm a talkative person. It's not like going to be ever like dead silent, never going to say anything. So if I don't catch that, we're like meshing well together, then I won't even go that far. But I like bowling. I like to go to dinner. Dinner's pretty personal. You can speak with a person, see how well you click with that person. Fun activities. I like exercising, like hiking. I would do anything, to be honest, just to spend that time to see if you really can pursue that person further.
Okay. So you also released Bankroll last year. Where do we stand as far as getting a full-length release?
Bankroll, I love Bankroll. Bankroll is a great song that I recorded in New York. Bankroll, we're thinking about dropping a video for Bankroll. Yeah, for sure. Available on all platforms still, and it did do pretty well. But R&B is more of where I'm comfortable at, honestly. But I do love Bankroll as a song. Honestly, I do. So I think right now we're gonna be going more R&B route, but I won't count out Bankroll to put out a bigger release on the record.
Okay. Any plans on when the album will be dropping?
Honestly, I'm gonna put out a few more singles, get people more familiar with my sounds, with me as an artist, and then my album or EP will be coming out pretty soon, definitely within this year. I will have releasing another single in a month or so, and it's pretty exciting. I love that song as well, so I'm excited for that.
Right. So like with things opening up as far as people being out and about, is it important to flood the market, especially for the summer?
Honestly, yes, I think a summer song is very important. Everyone's out. They're gonna be. I mean, now with the vaccinations happening, clubs are opening, parties are gonna be able to happen. People are gonna be outside generally more. They're gonna be using the radio more as opposed to staying home. You're just on your phone, really TikTok, Instagram. So people are outside. They're gonna need a summer song, a song that they can vibe with. So I do think it's very important to put out music in the summer. Yes.
Okay. So not only are you a talented singer and songwriter, you're still working on completing a degree in marketing. Just speak on
Yeah.
the importance of getting that education in an area that is beneficial to your music career and your business.
100%. It's been pretty good, honestly. I'm kind of sad to say that I had to only do it online and I wasn't able to go in school, meet new people. I'm doing it online, but it is still very beneficial to music, to my other businesses I have. I do nails, sell nails and lashes as well. So I'm able to use what I learn and implement it in that too, as well as in music. So it's pretty good so far. And I do enjoy the program. It's not a program I would think, oh, why did I take this? Sometimes you go to school and you're thinking, why did I take this course? I should have took something else. I think marketing is for me. I really do enjoy it.
Okay. Yeah, I was having a conversation with a friend who had a record label in college, and we were talking about how um, college is the perfect time to start a business because you have access to a lot of talented individuals before they reach their peak as far as earning power. So, like you mentioned, you have your own business, Leshae Lashes. Um, just,
Yes.
just talk about it. When did you start Leshae Lashes, and the services that you provide?
I started in 2018 in high school. I believe I think I would say grade 11, I want to say. Yeah, grade 11. And honestly, I've always been into lashes as far as I could remember. And I was like, everyone, hey, where'd you get your lashes from? Hey, where'd you get your lashes from? And I was like, instead of putting people on other lashes, maybe I should start this myself and brand it myself. So I was thinking like, what should my name be? What should my name be? I'm like, Leshae. I'm like, oh, okay, that's a pretty good name. Okay, I got that. So I started off, I got my boxes are like branded very well. Leshae, you could see the brand name on it. It has my website on the back of it. And honestly, in high school, it just took off. I would have to walk with like 20 a day, go home with none because people would be like, hey, you're the girl that sells lashes, right? I'm like, yeah. They're like, can I see which ones you have? I want to buy 3. I want to buy 4. Also, and that's just in person. So it's also online too. So it's just booming from that time. And I kind of make it a thing where anything I do, I kind of push people to want to get it. So I'm like, if you're not wearing these lashes, then buy it. And I don't even know what to say to you. So everyone's like, okay, so I have to get it. It's kind of like a thing where everybody was wearing it at my school and even around. I'll meet up with people. So it's pretty exciting, and I do love it. So yeah.
And it definitely gives you experience with the grassroots marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Leshae, before I let you go, Meshae, I'll get Meshae and Leshae. Meshae, before I let you go, feel free to plug the single "Kick It" again, and Leshae Lashes and everything else you have going on.
All right. So thank you for having me. Firstly, I want everyone to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's Meshae's World, and stream Kick It. It's available on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. The video just released. And also, I want everyone to follow my lash page, Leshae Lashes. Thank you so much.
All right. So for Artist Spotlight, I'm your host, LaTroy Gardner. See you next week. Peace and blessings.